Good morning, students. Today's topic is corporate taxes. This is Monday, September the 19th. Okay, and I'm going to work through an example with you, and then we will assign some homework that will be due on Wednesday. Okay, the first thing I want to do is for you to go to your Wolf Den page. So let's go over here. And I want you to find Test 2 material. I have 3 items there for you. Okay, the first item, you need to review this material for a quiz on Friday. My husband will be coming to Newberry, so I want you to look through these set of PowerPoints and review that. Google the term internal control. Internal control means procedures to protect assets. Okay, so look through that material. You'll have a quiz on that on Friday. And then we're going to look today at Chapter 2 material. We're going to look at 3 slides. I think it begins on slide 15 or 16, but I'll take you to that material. We'll take a look at it. And we'll look at 3 slides today. And then I want you to pull up this handout in class and homework tax problems. Okay, so first we'll look at the PowerPoint slide. Pull that up. I've already pulled it up on my screen. Okay, and the material does begin, it looks like on slide 15. It may be 16 on your, no, it's 15. Okay, we didn't have this on the test, but I want to start it today, and it'll be on test 2. All businesses have to pay taxes, okay? Depending on the accountant that they get, they may be able to cut some corners and have some exemptions, but overall the tax rates run up to around 39%. Okay, so we want to look at the tax table that we're going to use to calculate taxes for businesses. Okay, and it starts at 15% and goes to a high of 39%, and then it drops back by at a certain income level. Okay, so we'll be using this table. If you'll go to the problem that I want you to do, okay, it has the table up at the top, like that, and then it asks you 4 questions. So let's go through this example, and I'm going to try to type in the answers for you. Okay, first of all, this is Webster Manufacturing, and they have a before tax income, before taxes, of $250,000. In A, we want to find out how much they owe the government. What's the debt? What's the tax liability here? So what you need to do is take the $250,000. You need to go up here to the range of taxable income, and if you'll notice that 200 falls in on row 4 between 100,000 and 335,000. So we have a base rate here, flat rate, that we're going to have to pay of $22,250,000. So we're going to type that in. Okay. And to that, we have to add a variable portion here. And if you'll notice in this line, it says the next portion that we're going to calculate is 39% of any amount over 100,000. 39% of any amount over 100,000. So that means that, put in a bracket, 0.39, change that to a decimal, times the amount over 100,000. Let me put in a parenthesis. So take your 250,000 total income. You want to subtract out 100,000. And we're going to multiply that difference times 39% and add it to the 22,250. So coming down to the next line, okay, want to do the part in brackets. Want to take 39%, backspace, times 250 minus 100,000 is $150,000. Okay. And then we're going to add that to the 22,000. Trying to hold this camera and type too, so it's not always easy. So here's your equation. Now get your calculator and multiply 0.39 times 150,000 and you come up with $58,500. $58,500. We want to add that to the $22,250. Now when you add these two numbers together, you come out with $80,750. And that's going to be your tax liability. $80,750. Okay, that's what you owe the government as a corporation. That's a lot. That's over a third of your income. So you can see why corporations try to reduce it as much as they can. Now, the next thing in B, we want to know what are the after-tax earnings. Okay, after-tax earnings means your income minus your taxes. Okay, so come down. Income is going to be $250,000 here. Taxes, $80,750. So the answer to this part, what do you get to, if you were an individual, take home? If you're a company, you get to either invest it back in the corporation or pay dividends on it. $169,250. Would be your after-tax earnings. Okay, C, your marginal tax rate. Now that's easy. That's the amount you're paying on an additional dollar of taxes after your base rate. So go back up to your table here. See the row that you were in. You were in this row. Notice it says your base rate. Notice it tells you what your marginal rate was. Here it was 39%. Okay, so that one's really easy. You go up to your table, and whatever you multiplied by the additional amount is going to be your marginal rate. Okay. Now, average rate, not quite as easy. Okay, this one's going to be your taxes divided by your income. Taxes divided by your income. Okay, so your tax amount was the tax liability from A. So go up here to A, $80,750. And your income was in the original problem, $250 there. And what you'll do is get a percentage. It's going to come out in your calculator as 0.323 or 0.3229, something like that. We're going to round it off. Now, this is the decimal version. If you're changing that to a percentage, move your decimal 2 places to the right, so it would end up behind the 32. So you're looking at 32, let me put or, 32.3%. Okay? Alright, we've worked through an entire problem. You can actually go back and look in your PowerPoints. Let me pull my PowerPoints back up here. Okay? And after the initial slide on 16, scroll through there and it shows you how to work this on 17 and 18. Okay, so you can go back and review it. We will pick up on Wednesday with business taxes, which will begin on 19, and I'll post another video. Okay, so for your homework, go back to your paper. You have another problem we would have worked in class. Go through and work that one. And then on the bottom it says homework, and there's 3 sets of numbers. You need to work through and do the taxes, after-tax earnings, marginal rate, and average rate. Now, what that means is you probably need to type this up, or you can print it out and work on it and scan it. But I'd like for you to email me the answers by Wednesday. So if you will, please go through, email me the answers by Wednesday. I will grade those. My husband will be coming to class on Friday for you to review your test, and he will give these papers back to you. Okay? So, again, homework, A through D on the another problem. And then where it says homework, you have 4 parts there. Come down and do 80,000, 500,000, 10 million. So you actually have 16 calculations that you need to give me, either typed up or written out and scanned, and email me those by Wednesday. Okay? Want you to see what's been making so much noise over here. This is Angel Cake. I'm sitting in my bedroom, and Angel Cake has been sneezing and she wants to get in my lap. She's my little Himalayan kitten. So in addition to dogs, I have cats. Okay, have a good day, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday. Okay?